Jason Bourne stars
Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
and is directed by Paul Greengrass, who also directed the Bourne Supremacy, the Bourne Ultimatum, Green Zone, films like those. And once again, Jason Bourne is trying to figure out things from his past. It is getting old now. We understand that you can't remember anything from your past. I really liked the Bourne trilogy. I liked the action in it and the storyline that it told. The series did feel a bit repetitive, telling the story over and over again that he's trying to remember something from his past and uncover the truth about his assassin days. And once again, Jason Bourne does have a lot of that in there, but this movie has some of the best action scenes I have seen all year, and some of the best action scenes I have seen out of these Bourne movies. Personally, Jason Bourne is my favorite of these Bourne movies, simply because of the action. The storyline does feel very similar to the Bourne Ultimatum and the Bourne Supremacy and the Bourne Identity. It tells the story of him trying to uncover his past, but there is a little more to the storyline this time, involving Tommy Lee Jones and Alicia Vikander, and them trying to track down Jason Bourne, and then this social media guru who's running this privacy thing with his phones, and people don't like that. And that's a little of the subplot that we'll get into later. But once people start to dig deeper into certain things, Jason Bourne's name pops up once again, and you have to go looking for him. The storyline does feel a bit repetitive, and the subplot at times feels a little unnecessary. They could have gone a little different route with it. It was imperative to certain points in the film, but other times it really didn't feel imperative. Those were my only issues with the film, is the subplot and the overall telling of that story. But everything else I really liked. I think Matt Damon once again does a great job as Jason Bourne. I can't imagine anybody else playing Jason Bourne. He embodies the role so well. And there is a little more emotion and backstory. We dig deeper and further back to Jason Bourne, which I did like, because we start at one point in the Bourne Identity and we go backwards and even backwards in Jason Bourne to the beginning of all of Treadstone. So I like the story it told pertaining to Jason Bourne's side, and not everything else that was going on with the CIA. The action in here was top notch and had me on the edge of my seat. This was some really intense action scenes. And they were handled with those fast editing, shaky cam that Paul Greengrass does, but he's the one that does it so well now. So overall, I really liked Jason Bourne. Had some really crazy action scenes that I love. Matt Damon did a really great job in here. I also like Tommy Lee Jones and Alicia Vikander in here. Those actors and actresses were amazing in here as well. It told a pretty good story pertaining to Jason Bourne's side, and then the CIA side got a little wishy-washy here and there. But overall, I really liked it. It's my favorite one so far. I'm not the biggest fan of the Bourne trilogy. They are really good movies, but people say they're the best movies they've ever seen. Not so much for me, but Jason Bourne is really good, and I'm going to go ahead and give it an A-. So, this is my review for Jason Bourne. I am done with the Bourne films. I'm kind of glad, because that's all I've been doing this week, is watching the Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy, the Bourne Ultimatum. I even rewatched the Bourne Legacy just for the heck of it. And then I went and saw Jason Bourne, so I'm bourned out of these movies. I'm moving on. Next week should be exciting with Suicide Squad. So this is Just to Watch His Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.